Alright, so I thought I'd do, I guess, sort of a review of sorts, something that kind of bugs me. I have this Heritage Roughrider 22 pistol, single action. I guess it's Heritage Roughrider 22 long rifle. Just kind of to look like the old style Western. Just real quick, for safety wise, let's just kind of make sure we're safe here. 2 clicks. We are empty. In fact, I'll even go a little farther than that for viewership. We are totally empty. Cylinder, you can see right through there. All right, so nothing's in there. All right, so let me show you something that I don't like about this gun. Well, first let me say what I do like about it. It actually shoots pretty good as far as accuracy goes. It is a fairly accurate gun. Being that it's a revolver, it fires any 22 rounds that go through it. You don't really ever get a dud. This hammer hits pretty hard. If I put the safety on here and we cock it back, you know, it's got enough up to it. It has a ingenious safety right here. I'll try to show that a little better. So right now the safety is obviously off, red is dead, but then for the safety action, this little thing rolls forward, and that essentially just blocks the hammer. So the hammer cannot come back and hit the firing pin. And kind of a smart little idea. Anyway, so let's show you what I don't like here. Put this thing back together. So this is the design flaw with this gun. I bought this gun when I was in college at a Cal Ranch store in Utah. And I think it was like $100, maybe $110 or $120 new. Oh, another thing I don't like about the Heritage Roughrider is their finish. I'm not the best at keeping up and making sure that everything is just perfectly oiled, but I have plenty of other guns that the finish just always stays nice. I just do regular cleaning. But this one, you know, already getting this right here, I get a little bit of that. It almost looks like aluminum oxidation, but this is not aluminum. So it's just their cheap bluing process. And I've seen other Heritage guns that basically do the exact same thing. So maybe they've improved that. I probably bought this in 2007, maybe. So, you know, 2019 now. Anyway, so let me show you what I don't like. So this is the big thing. If we want, you know, being that it's a single action, to load it, you would, well, let's make sure, okay, we're on safety here. Go 1, 2 clicks, and we would rotate the cylinder. And then you would come, see I got this little guy popped open. You would come and individually put in your 22 long rifle bullet. You could shoot 22 shorts. In fact, I have a second cylinder that will shoot 22 magnums, which is kind of cool. It came with the gun. But anyway, you'd rotate this along and put in your 6 22 bullets. Now that's all cool and stuff, and that's an easy way. And then when you're all done shooting, you would then come and you got an ejector slide here, and you would individually eject the bullet, eject the bullet, eject the bullet. You know, this isn't speed. There's no speed here. You know, this is truly the old style cowboy gun, except in a 22 long rifle. So here's the problem though. So that was 2 clicks. Let's say I go 3 clicks. Now all of a sudden, this gun is jammed. I mean, it is jammed. Cylinder's jammed, hammer's jammed. It's jammed. I mean, even if I try to shoot it, I mean, safety's on, but you know, if I took the safety off, remember there's nothing in here. We already checked that, but everything is jammed up. The only way I can rectify that is to now then come and pull a cylinder out, cock this back, and then now I can go back to sticking it back in there, and it'll be unjammed. So what causes that? Well, if we look here and we look at how this mechanism works, when we go to, we'll first look on this little bottom part, see if I can get a good view here. 2 parts of how this thing is rotating the cylinder. We have the first, we have this little guy right here that sticks out. You can see him. That's what's rotating the cylinder, right? Every time I cock it, this little, I don't know what you would call that, little finger of sorts comes up and grabs the cylinder and pulls it along. The other thing is you have this little guy on the bottom here that sticks up, and it grabs the cylinder and stops it. So this is basically like an alignment. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm getting all the the terms incorrect for the various parts of the gun. But so this thing is supposed to stop the cylinder and get it aligned, and this little guy comes up and rotates the cylinder. Yeah, that makes pretty good sense. Okay, so here's the problem. So if I go 1, 2, this is down, right? It's flush, and this thing is basically not doing anything, and that's where we can 2 clicks, and now we can spin the cylinder. We can do the cool little cowboy spin the cylinder around and load it or unload it, whatever the case may be. But if I do that 3rd click, all of a sudden this guy pops up, what shouldn't be. This guy is still sticking out a little bit, and that's where it jams. It's really the 4th click where this thing is sticking out and this is supposed to be set. The 4th click is actually the click of where you would have the hammer back and it'd be ready to fire. Remember, this is single action. So if I have this in, just, in the non-firing position, I can pull the trigger all day long. It doesn't do anything. It's not double action. So the only way we can fire it is with the hammer cocked all the way back. Well, cocking the hammer all the way back is 4 clicks. Now that's all fine and stuff, but the issue being, why is there a 3rd click? 1, 2, rotate the cylinder, 3, what the heck is that for? Now I just have a position where this thing can jam. 4 is where I can actually fire. So I don't know why there's a 3rd click. I don't know if that's a design flaw in the whole model line, if it's just my gun, and that maybe I should actually send it back. I've never actually sent a gun back to anybody. I've kind of just dealt with it, and then when other people have shot the gun, everybody who shoots it gets annoyed with that. They're like, what the heck is up with your gun? And it's never been a dangerous thing because it's, keep the safety on. And of course, once it jams in that position, it's jammed. It's not going anywhere. So the only way you can do it is to, pull out the little cylinder pin, whatever you call that thing, that holds the cylinder in place, pull that out and slide the cylinder out of place. So I don't consider it a dangerous thing, but it sure is annoying. So you just have to make sure every time that you're coming along when you're ready to, I'll put the cylinder back in, when you're ready to fire, or excuse me, to load the gun or unload the gun, not fire it. When you're ready to do that though, let's get this back in place, that you only click twice. And so many times I've come back to shoot this gun and I'll forget that it's only twice and never 3 times. So remember, 1, oops, you can see how easy it is to do that. 1, 2, got to get that 2 clicks. Oh, looks like I overdid it. So I accidentally must have gone 1 more than 2, right? So again, the only way to fix that, take this out, rotate that, maybe cycle it through, I guess you could say. We'll stick this back in here. Okay, we're rotated. Safety's on. Okay, so 1, 2. There we go, 2 clicks. Now we can spin just fine. We can do all that. Close that up. Cool, we got a cowboy gun. I can come and I can load it or I can unload it, whatever the case may be. That's all fine and stuff. But why is there that 3rd click? If anybody knows why this gun has 3 hammer positions, if that's a flaw that I can fix, or if that's something that needs to go back to the factory, and if you think the factory will actually fix it, I don't know. I could certainly, I've never even bothered to even ask these guys. But boy, is it annoying. So, if you ever see one of these, I guess maybe just check that if you're picking one out at a gun store or wherever you buy your guns from. Meaning legally, wherever you buy your guns from, but your pawn shop or whatever, that you go through and you pull that hammer back and you check how many clicks you got going on there. So 1, 2, spin the cylinder, all is well. 4 goes all the way back, and maybe there's not a 3rd one in there, or maybe the 3rd one, really it should be 1, 2, spin the cylinder, and then 3. Obviously you heard the 2 there. And 3 should just be hammer all the way back. So that's 9.5 minutes of just randomness of trying to get one small point across. But anyway, just a curious thing about this gun. Curious what people think about it. And if you happen to know what the issue is with this model, please leave some comments below. I'm trying to see if there's a specific model number on this one. No, just Heritage Roughrider 22 long rifle. So that's about it. Thanks a lot.